Well, I thought I could talk about some good books for Halloween. To start off on the left, obvious choice, H.P. Lovecraft, very famous horror author. A lot of things are just like ripped off from him. I mean, there's a lot of good adapted ideas from his stuff, but there's loads of stuff that's just ripped off from him. But yeah, this is a good sort of anthology of his stuff. It's not got everything in there, but it's got a lot of his stuff. Should somewhere have the story index. So Lovecraft mostly wrote short horror stories. As you can see, there's a lot in this book, but he's very influential onto most other authors. And now Richard Matheson, another guy who's very influential. I Am Legend is no doubt his most famous book, about a vampire apocalypse, and it's about one bloke who's left alive, Robert Neville, and him just trying to make sense of the whole thing and stay alive. Been a lot of film adaptations of it. The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price is the most accurate one to the book, and The Omega Man with Charlton Heston is definitely the most fun version of it. But that's very loosely based on the book. Then there's a crap Will Smith one, there's a crap Asylum one that's based on it as well, but either the Vincent Price or the Heston version, ignore the others. Now Hell House, I only read this recently because it's one that actually you can't seem to find cheap anywhere, and it's not in the libraries. Matheson wrote this after I Am Legend, and it's quite a famous book. It's considered to be one of the best haunted house books. And Hell House is probably, I think, one of the best horror stories I've read, and I've read quite a few. I'm not really a fan of Stephen King because he writes, you know, too much around the actual story itself. Hell House is about a house called the Belasco House, which was built by basically a sadist who used it for massive sort of orgies, and over time they became more depraved and everybody died in the house. And there's been several investigations of the house where most of the researchers have died or gone insane. And then it's about the sort of most recent investigation that's going to go into the house. And there is also a very good film of it called The Legend of Hell House that was made in 1973, and that's definitely worth watching as well. Some of the bits are toned down from the film, from the book even, because the book's quite nasty, but it's definitely a good film, and I think one of the best haunted house films I've ever seen. So that's some good book recommendations. Get an anthology or just a compilation of Lovecraft stories, you can find those quite easily. Read I Am Legend by Matheson and Hell House by Matheson, and watch the films of them as well, they're quite good.